Guys, and welcome back to a new video. In this hello guys and welcome back to a new video. Today I want to show you the new Tesla Model 3 or the new Tesla Autopilot. This is the normal version because before I buy this car I have this question, and I tried to search on the internet and I didn't find any video that say how the Tesla Autopilot work, what's the difference between Tesla full self-driving and autopilot, normal autopilot. And finally, after I drive the car, I find out, and now I know what's the difference between full self-driving and just Tesla Autopilot that comes standard and that you don't have to pay an extra for it. So today I've tried to give you all the information. I try to show you how the autopilot work, not the full self-driving, just the autopilot that come automatic with the car. And I hope for most of you that want to buy a Tesla will be helpful. And yeah, let's start it and let's show you all that information. Alright guys, so now I want to show you how the autopilot work. And then we will start on the small roads right here. When you are on the small roads, or when you go from the parking space outside, you cannot use the autopilot. You can see it give you an error, so you cannot use it on this kind of street. Now we will go on the street where you have to drive like 20 kilometer per hours, and then here, as you can see, you cannot activate the autopilot. You cannot activate the autopilot right now because the speed is too low and the map doesn't recognize this street. It doesn't recognize this street, and it doesn't allow you to drive it. Doesn't allow you to leave it to work right now. So we have to drive. Let me see. Right now, when you see the 50 here, the speed, then you are able to activate the cruise control. The cruise control is just drive. You can see right now, you can see the car in the front, and in this moment he can recognize the car and he can keep the speed with the car in the front. So right now the cruise control is activated. I don't press any brake or anything. You can also see it. My foot is not on the brake, and the car will accelerate. When the car in front of me accelerate, this car will accelerate as well. So you will see it in the moment, but it will not keep the lane. So actually this is a lot. Not many cars this day on the market can do this, are not able to do that at the moment, because right now most of the car have the adaptive cruise control. It's the name, and adaptive cruise control can do this thing as well, but not all the car can do it as a stop still. So right now the car in front of me, you can see it accelerate, and the car accelerate automatic until 50 kilometers per hour. Now I will have to take the control, because right now on this street it's a little bit complicated for it, and I just have to take the control of the car. So it's better like that. So let's go forward on the street, so you can see the street in the front. You can see right now I activated the cruise control, because at the moment the autopilot is not able. Right now when you see this steering wheel right here, the car is able to take control and to use the autopilot. So if I go 2 times right now I am not able, but you can see the cruise control. When the car in the front accelerate, this car accelerate as well and keep the distance between my car and the front car. And let me show you right now. I'm activate the autopilot, but he doesn't see the lines right here. You can see the street is not so well marked, so the car didn't see this mark. So also didn't see the red sign, so I have to stop right now. I have to brake and get the car to a stop, because the car still doesn't recognize the signs. And also when you stay at a standstill, you cannot activate the autopilot or cruise control. You have to wait until you accelerate a little bit, and then it will be activated. So right now I'm accelerating, and then you can activate it, for example 50 kilometers. Now the cruise control, he see the lines on the street, and you can also activate the autopilot. I will not do that because I have to go to the right side in a moment. Right now I have to go to the right. I have to go outside on the highway, and then right now I will activate it. Let me activate it, and let me go to 60 kilometers. Right now the car can drive 60. Let me activate it, and right now the car take the control, and you can see the road, you can see the steering wheel, it's working automatic. Also you can see the car can read the speed limit, it's 100 right now, and I have to do it automatic from this wheel. I have to get the car to 100 kilometers. Let me take the control for a second. When I have to change the lanes, you have to take the control. Only if you have the full self-driving and you pay for full self-driving, then you are able to change the lanes with the autopilot, but full self-driving autopilot. But other than that, you will have to do that for yourself. So right now you can see what this autopilot that come with the car, that comes standard with the car, can do. So right now on the highway it's work perfectly. He keep the lanes perfectly here. Sometimes when it's blinking like that, you have to just here we have 80, you have to touch the steering wheel, you have to move it a little bit, or you just, the steering wheel have to feel the weight of your hand, and then it will continuing to work. Other than that, it will stop. It will go to a stop, and it will eventually stop the car. So it's like a safety feature, but right now it's working. And then let me go to 80 here, because right here you have to drive like 83, it's maximum. Right now just move the steering wheel a little bit, and then it's working forward. So you don't have to do anything, you just have to pay attention to the road, keep your hand on the steering wheel, and then the car will drive automatic, and it will do everything for you. So you can see here on the screen the other cars, when they passed, the car even know where are you on the street. From here, from this wheel, you can actually change the distance. If you see on the screen, you can change the distance right here from the front car, how far you want to be from the front car. You just left and right, and you choose the distance. If you want the car keep the distance farther away from your car, you have to put it at maximum 7. If you want to have the distance closer to the front car, for example right now it's come this car in the front, you can see the car, you can choose to be closer, like 1, like very close, 1, it's very close, and you can put the speed, maximum speed here. For example, you put to go to 100. When it's no car in front of me, I want to drive with 100, but I think the car in front of me drive already 100. Here the maximum speed is 80, so I don't want to show you right now this stuff, but I will show you a little bit later when we will go on the highway. But I think you get the idea. So if you set the speed like 85, the car will drive 85. When right now one car come in front of me and drive slower, then my car will slow down and keep the distance in the car in the front. Also you have this emergency brake system. When a car or something come in front of your car, this car will also automatic brake, and this is a cool safety feature. So if you not pay attention in the front, the car will brake for you. Also right now it will tell you that you have to put your hand, you can apply slightly turning force to the steering wheel. You will see it's blinking, and if you don't do nothing, it will go to red, and then eventually you will deactivate it. Let me show you what happened. If you don't do nothing, it will warn you. It will just warn you and warn you and warn you, and then it will go to a stop. Eventually it will go to a stop. So now I take the control. I just want to show you that what happened if you not touch it, but I cannot stop on the highway, but the car will go to a stop. And yeah, it's like if you something happened with you in the car, it will stop, the blinkers will start, and it will warn the other traffic participant that yeah, you have a problem or something. Anyway, right now sometimes you cannot activate it. I don't know why. Right now we are on a highway, you can see the street, it's perfect, and sometimes like now you cannot activate it. You can see auto steer unavailable for the rest of the drive. Yeah, that's quite interesting. I want to go out because I think when is this happening like that, when it's happened that you don't pay attention on, and it's get this warning alert, like maximum warning alert, you have to stop the car for a little bit. You have, wait a second, you have to stop the car for a little bit, and then you have to restart the car. Other than that, it will not working again, because the car, it will feel like you are having a problem. Maybe you're too tired, or maybe you have a healthy problem, and he don't want to let you drive further away. So yeah, let me restart, let me stop the car, let me get the car to a stop, and then we will drive again. So I will go to the power off. I will power off the for a few seconds right now. Yeah, right now the car is power off, and then I will restart the car. I will restart the car, and let me drive again with the car now, and let me show you where for the way. So now we are in the gas station right now, put in the park. Let's drive away from here, from the gas station. I'm from the first time when I go in the gas station with the Tesla. Maybe for most of the people it's a strange thing, but yes, long time I wasn't come here in the gas station. So it's for the first time when I stop with an electric car in the gas station. So yeah, it's a nice feeling sometimes stopping in the gas station. Anyway, right now you can even start the autopilot from the gas station right here. You will recognize the lines, you can see. But the problem is right now when you go out from this, you have to take the control, you have to blink in right. You will see also it will show you the blind spot right to go in, and right now you can activate it. So I activated like 100 because the 100 is maximum speed right here on the highway. But if the car in front of me drive less than the speed I set here, my car will stop, will decelerate. You can see right now it's decelerate a little bit, and it keep the distance from the front car. Let me go a little bit farther away, because I like to set it at 4, and my car will slowly stay back a little bit, and then it will keep the distance in the front car. I really recommend you to always keep the distance from the car in front of you, because you never know what happened. And I always have this set at wait a second, at 5, so 5 or 6, like that. So I think the distance, you can see the car in front, the distance, I think it's quite good for a highway. And yeah, other than that, you have to have the hand on the steering wheel all the time, that's for sure, guys. And what can I say? Other than that, the car can keep the lane very well. He can read the lane. You can also see it right now. I didn't touch it. I don't even touch the steering wheel, and the car keep. You can see also the lane there, that the car can keep the lane very well, and it's no problem. It's very smooth. After the last update, the V10 update, software update from Tesla, the car it's much more better with keeping the lane. It's much better with acceleration, with the brake, with keeping the distance from the car in the front. It's so relaxing going home after work, and don't stress too much. Just leave the car driving for you. Just have a hand here on the steering wheel, looking on the road and just relaxing. You don't have to do nothing. When it's traffic, it's super nice because the car will stop and accelerate in the same time, and it's awesome. And also look at my consumption, guys. It's quite awesome. I have in the last 4.1 kilometer only 125 kilowatts, and if I look at all my consumption, I drive with the car the last 1650 kilometer, I have only 155 watt hour per kilometer. So how cool is that? Now let me show you what. Let me set the speed to 120, because here 120 it is the maximum speed. So let me set it, and then I want to show you how the car can keep the distance from the car in the front and what happened. The only difference between the autopilot that comes standard with the car and the autopilot that you have to pay is that when you have the full self-driving autopilot, then when you're blinking and you want to change the lanes, the car will change the lane for you automatic. And also he will do summon, for example. The car will drive forward and backwards only with your phone. The car will come to you in the parking space and all kind of stuff at this moment. In the future, the car will be able to drive automatics themselves to the destination. You just have to set on the navigation the destination, and the car will drive there automatic, so you don't have to do anything. But at the moment, on the small street, on the countryside street, on the roundabouts, for example, or complicated roads, the autopilot, the full self-driving, it's not able to do that. So for the moment, I think the autopilot, it is quite good. So I think it's really enough to have just autopilot at the moment. And yeah, it's super relaxing, super smooth, the car, and he do a great job. Look at this, look at the front car, the car in the front. You can see it also, you can see it here on the display. The car knows that the car come in front of you. He decelerate, he accelerate, he keep the distance. He do all that things for you. It has sensors around it. Another car come here, so you can see it in the blind spot. He will come in front of me, of course, you can see, and also here on the display you can see the graphics are showing here on the display. And yeah, this is really cool, really relaxing driving on the highway. The car stay perfectly between the lines. This is a difference between this car and the other car manufacturer, because Tesla have the best autopilot on the market right now. I have it on the Volkswagen as well, but no other car was better like that. Look at this. The car in front will stop. The car in front is decelerate, and this car will also decelerate as well. So look at this. You see, I'm like 100 kilometer right now, and it's go down, and I don't do nothing. You can see my legs, my hand are here. This is like a traffic, and you can see that the car it will brake, it will decelerate, and it will keep the speed like the car in front of me. So how cool is that? Just have to have the hand on the steering wheel all the time. But other than that, the car can do, look at this, the car can keep perfect. And the last update make the car accelerate and decelerate really very well. So you can see how well it keep the distance. Now I'm 86. The car in front accelerate a little bit. This car also, my car also accelerates. So how cool is that? Right now it's go faster, my car go faster, and it's so smooth. You don't even feel when before the acceleration was like very hard and brakes very hard, but right now everything is so smooth after the last update. It's so cool, and it improved a lot. When I buy and when I take the car first time from delivery, it was not so good. It was accelerate a little bit harder, and now it's everything so smoother. And right now you can see everybody stop, and my car stop as well, almost stop like 60, and now accelerate. And on the highway it's like a full self-driving. It's like a full self-driving on the highway. You don't even need other. But now I have to go on the right side, and I want to show you also on the countryside roads the autopilot, the way it's working autopilot. I will keep the speed here, it's the 80, but I will keep the speed. I will activate autopilot even here at the, you can see outside, we go outside the autobahn, the auto highway, and then the car will keep the distance from the car in front. And you will see when the car in front brake, this car will brake as well. Just keep the hand on the steering wheel, be ready for anything. Look how hard is this road. Look on the road, it's really hard right now for the car, and it's going themselves. Look at this. This is an exit from a highway, so this is the exit. So how good is doing on the exit? Until now it's doing perfectly. But now I have to go on the left side. This is the problem. I have to blink, and I have to go inside the lane, on the other lane, and then I have to take the control. But now I can activate it again, and now the car go again automatic. The full self-driving autopilot, it's able to do this themselves. It doesn't need to, you don't need to take the control of the car to blinking and check out if other cars are. He will do this automatic. But this autopilot that comes standard with the car, you have to take the control. But now it's doing a great job. Look how good it's working right here. It's doing a great job in my opinion, and you don't even need to do nothing. Even here on the small roads like that, on the highway exits and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty awesome. It's doing a great job, and I'm really looking forward to see the improvement in the future, because sometimes when a road it's so twisty and the left or right it's so big, the car will kind of try so hard to take the curves. For example, right here it's still doing a great job, but sometimes it's having a hard time. Right now, look, this curve, it's really big, it's kind of big, and he's doing still a great job. But when it's bigger, then you have a problem. But now look, he will accelerate here, not so good. He will warn you in case you have another car in front of you. Really strange. This time was a little bit stranger because the car in front of me was far away. It doesn't need to do that, in my opinion. So I have plenty of space to brake and accelerate. But yeah, it's not perfect. It's still space to improve, a lot of space to improve this autopilot, but it's still doing a great job. Again, activated here, 60 kilometer. This is countryside road. Right now we are on a countryside road, and I have to tell you, it's doing a great job also on the countryside road when the lines are marking, and yeah, in my opinion it's doing great, really great. Also, sometimes it make mistakes, like you see before, the cones here was not cones, was a bridge there. But yeah, it's not perfect. He need time. They need time to improve it. They need time to improve the software. But for highway, for long trips, it's perfect. It's take you all the stress and all the yeah, it's driving it for long many kilometers, long time, make you very tired. But for example, when you have this autopilot, you can drive many kilometers without any problem. Even here on the countryside roads, when the road is good and you see the sign, the car can recognize the signs, he can drive perfectly. The cool stuff is that you cannot accelerate more than the car recognize the speed limit. You can see the speed limit here on this road, it's 80. The car drive 80 maximum. If you try to go forward, you can see right now I go to plus, I try to go forward, I cannot. I cannot go forward because they say auto steer speed restricted to 80 kilometer. So this is a very cool feature because Tesla doesn't allow you to drive on autopilot, and this is really good feature. It will decelerate automatic. For example, right now the car drive at 80, yes, and now we go in the city, and in the city we have 50 kilometer. Right now the car recognize 80 kilometer on the map, and you will see in the moment that the car will recognize the 50. Let me drive slowly like that, 68, and then I don't do nothing. You can see 80 there, 80, yes, and then now it's 50 up there, and you see 50, and the car go automatic to 50, and the car automatic brake to 50 kilometer, and now the car will drive 50 because he know here it's in the city, and he know you have to drive 50, and from 80 the car will go to 50. So how cool is that? The other problem is that the car, when we have now when we go out from the city and we have 80, the car can see 80 and he can go 80, but sometimes when the speed is bigger, the car don't go to the bigger speed, but to the lower speed it's cool that it's going. So even here in the city, if I try to go more fast than 50 kilometer, I'm not able to go faster than 50 because it's in the city, and in the city you're not able to drive on autopilot faster than the speed limit. So that's a cool feature to see it, and also doing a great job. You can see here he drive automatic until now, even in this small town. So even this curve he take it very well. Now I have to take the control because I have to go left, and the car doesn't know how to go left at the moment, but he will in the future eventually with full self-driving. Here we have 30 kilometer, so here we have to drive very slow, and here you are not able. You will see you're not able for cruise control, not able for any this of autopilot. So guys, I think you make an idea about this full self-driving, difference between full self-driving and autopilot standard, because before I buy the car I didn't know the difference. I have to drive the car and then understand all that stuff. The only difference, it's not big. The only difference, it's the lane changing and yeah, some other feature like summon and stuff. But if you don't need that, you don't need at the moment the full self-driving. Maybe in the future, of course, you will need it when the car will be able to drive themselves, but at the moment you don't need that. The autopilot standard on the car, it is quite perfect. So anyway, on the small roads, when it's slowly and stuff like that, you have to take the control. You have to still drive the car even if you have full self-driving. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope it was helpful for you. Please subscribe to my channel.